Frida Starks is suing Terrell Harris, her former friend, for the value of a car and emotional distress. He is countersuing his former friend for a car payment and emotional distress as well. You say that the two of you were friends. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, but in his statement, Terrell says you were lovers. Do you know that he believes that you were lovers?
Maybe somewhere in the delusion of his head. I'm engaged, and he knew that at the time. I talked to him on several occasions about my fiance. We were not lovers.
So you were not lovers.
That's a lie.
She's sticking to her story. Why would she deny that you were lovers? I mean, you're a good-looking guy.
I don't know.
But you say you were lovers.
We were friends with benefits.
Untrue.
Untrue. All right. Now, you're here today because you claim that you sold him a car and that he then returned it and then stole it back from you. And now you're out the car and the money. You say that when you tried to get your keys from the defendant, that he and his roommate brutally attacked you and that the police did nothing to help you.
Nothing
Is that correct?
at all.
All right, you say that you decided not to buy the car that you originally thought you were going to buy from the plaintiff because it was a lemon, and that you returned it to her, and that you haven't seen it since you returned it to her.
Correct.
And you claim that she's kept the down payment that you gave her on the car.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Tell me, how did you two meet?
Well, I knew him from high school, but we weren't friends.
Okay.
We connected in 2009 through Facebook. You know, everybody's on Facebook nowadays.
What kind of car is this that you're selling him?
It's a Dodge Intrepid, 2001. It was blue.
Now, what is the agreement? Does he come and look at the car?
Yes,
What happens?
he came and looked at the car previously. I have witness statements of that because my mother was at the house when he came.
He looked at the
He
car,
told
and
my
when you looked at the car,
Yeah,
what
I
did
had
you
just
say?
got out the shower when her mama came.
So you were getting out of her shower.
I was getting out of her shower when her mom came in. If she had her mom was here, she would witness that.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
I was over her house.
That is not. Yeah, you were at my house, but he was not getting out of my
What's he
shower.
doing at your
he
house?
was outside checking the car out
Truth
because
is
he
gonna
was
come out.
interested
The
in
truth is
buying
gonna
it.
come out. So you didn't like me? You didn't sleep with me?
I never. No.
Okay.
I
Okay,
never
so I'm
said
gonna
I
sit there
didn't
and lie
like him.
about
I
that.
trusted him
I'm gonna sit
enough
there and
to
lie
have
about
him
that
at
though.
my house.
I'm gonna sit there and lie about that though, right?
Your Honor, can you redirect him to
I'm gonna sit here and lie about it, right?
Okay, don't even look at me.
I'm gonna sit here and lie about it though, right?
No, we were not. And regardless of whatever you're talking about, this delusion you done put in your head that me and you were somehow together, he knew about fiance. He knew I was getting
I knew
married.
she had a
He was like,
fiancé.
oh,
He'd
you're a
been in jail
lucky
for 7
man. He's a
years.
lucky man to have you.
She met him
Somewhere
on
in his head, he
Facebook.
may have thought that he had some
See what
game.
I'm saying?
Boyfriend been in jail?
Yes, he's in there now.
Okay. Was
How
he
long
in
you been in
jail at or about the time that Terrell was buying the car?
Yes.
So you knew that he was in jail for a period of time.
Yes.
How many years was he incarcerated for, Frida?
He's been in there 10.
All right. Okay. You were sleeping with her.
I was at one point in time.
Boyfriend's in jail.
No.
Correct.
You're going to buy the car.
Correct.
Okay. What is the agreement?
The agreement, she said I had a TV that she likes in my house. She wanted $800 for the car. She said, well, we can work something out. So we agreed to.
So you've been to his house too, huh?
Yeah, she's been in my house, slept in my bed, yeah, used my shower, so on and so. Yeah.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
that's
I don't want to hear it. Go ahead.
So we make an agreement, $300 for the car, $300 for the TV that I have in my house, and then I will pay the $200 later. She agreed to that. She agreed to that. I gave her the $300.
Is there anything in writing here?
No.
Okay.
Because
no. The answer is no. That's all. Now, what happens next?
Okay, I took the car from the residence. I gave her the $300. I told her to hold on to it.
Did he give you $300?
yes.
Okay.
I told her to
Was
hold-
the agreed upon price $800?
Yes.
What about the TV?
The TV was held as collateral for $200. He could either give me my $500 that he owed and take the TV back, or give me $300 and I keep the TV for $200
That's not
collateral.
right.
Okay, so you're saying you've got the TV not in payment, but as collateral for the
Yes.
$500 that he owes you.
Yes.
That's not right.
And that's not your version. Got it. Then what happened?
So I take the car to my mechanic. It takes about a week for him to get it in.
But
Once
if
he
you're
gets it
so
in-
close that you're sleeping together, I mean, why do you have to make the deal first? Why didn't you just take the car to the mechanic and say, honey, you know, I'm getting out of the
Well, the
shower
reason
and
why
I'm
I
going
gave
to
her-
take your car to the mechanic today?
You know, business is business, pleasure is pleasure, you know, and I told her from jump. I told her from jump, listen, I don't want no problems behind this. I said, look, what we have is what we have, you know, I'm not
All
trying
right.
to, and that was our
I
agreement.
got
have
it. Okay, so you
anything.
take it to the mechanic
I
and what
take it to
happens?
the mechanic. He says, well, you need a water pump and it needs a head gasket. When the head gasket about to go, he's like, how much does it cost to do that? He said about $8,000 to $1,000. So I said, oh, well, nah, I'm not. I said, you ain't got to look at it no more. Don't get him fixed it. I'm going to take it back to her.
What do you do next?
I called Frida. I told Frida, I said, Frida, look, the car's a lemon.
He never called and told me that, Your Honor. The only time he called and told me is that he said he was moving to Alabama. He couldn't take the car with him, so he needed to bring me back the car and get his money and his TV.
Okay, what happens next?
I bring her the car back. You bring her the car back. We agreed.
Did she give you the
agreed
TV?
to me. She agreed to give him the TV back.
Did she give you the TV?
She gave me the TV back. Once she wanted me to return the car first before she gave me my TV and my money back.
Right.
So I returned the car back. I got my TV. Once I parked the car in front of her house, I walked to her door, knocked on the door. I said, Frida, here's your keys. She brought my TV out. She put it in the trunk of her car. We proceeded to my house.
Why?
Because she was taking me home. I dropped the car off at her house.
Give you a ride home.
There you go. I got my TV, got ready to go in the house. So what you doing tonight? I said, I'm not doing nothing. I was like, I need my 300 though, Frida. I need my 300. I need it. Oh, well, I feel like I don't have to give it to you. Why don't you have to give me my 300? Because you got the car. I said, well, now you got your car back. I don't know what you did to the car. I said, I didn't do nothing to the car.
How long did he have the car, Frida?
We made the deal on December the 3rd, 2009. He called me on December the 16th saying he wanted to return it.
Are you upset?
I am upset.
Why?
Because I had to go through these extents to get what belonged to me. Like, the police didn't do anything when I called. He hit me. He literally hit me. I had a knot. I got pictures of the injuries.
If I hit that woman, I'll be in jail right now. I have no reason to put my hands on this woman. Yeah,
what is this?
It's a knot right there on my head, and along with the bruise from him pushing my head into the door frame at his house because I blocked the door so he couldn't go in because he had the key to my car still. He had the key to the Intrepid. He put it in my hand, but he didn't let go of it. He wanted to verify that the TV was in the trunk. He picked up the TV with this hand, runs up to his door with my key and his TV, talking about, you're not getting anything till I get my money. So even though he returned the car, he still had the key.
He returns the car, you keep the key because you want the 300, right?
Yes,
No,
I have text messages here, Your Honor, to verify.
Okay,
You done?
let's see it.
I had to give her the key to get the TV back.
All right, continue with the story.
Once he took the TV and ran up to my keys and ran up to the door, I chased after him. He had the TV, so he was running a little slower. I got to the door first. I was in the door frame like this, like, no, Terrell, you're not going in here without giving me my key. He's like, you're not getting nothing until I get my money, pushes my head into the door frame. That's how I got that knot that you see in the pictures that you have, Your Honor. So I moved out the way. He ran in the house with the TV, put the TV in his room and shut the door. He comes back out talking. I went in after him after that. I was not in the right state of mind. I was upset. He done pushed my head into the door. So yeah, I went in there after him. I'm like, Terrell, I'm not going nowhere till you give me my key. I did my part of the deal. I gave you your TV back. He's like, well, I want the money. I need my money. At this point, I didn't have no choice. He done pushed my head into the door frame. He's hitting on me, trying to tell me to get out of his house. Picked up an ashtray off his table, and I hit him with it. At this point, his roommate comes in.
You hit him with an ashtray?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
I mean, this girl is crazy, Your Honor.
Next on Judge Pirro.
She's calling my son's mother, harassing my son's mother, asking questions about me. My son's mother's like, well, Terrell, what's up with this girl? I'm not gonna let you have your son because I don't want my son over there.
Maybe you shouldn't be fooling around with other women if you don't want the stress that goes along with it.
And later.
Are you addicted to prescription drugs?
No, the doctor has given me phentermine to try to lose 30 pounds. I'm overweight, I'm obese.
She was taking Vicodin, fasting, which is a speed and a downer all at the same time.
It's a cocktail. It's a deadly cocktail.
Judge Janine Pirro.
I've been a prosecutor, a judge, and a DA for 30 years.
As a DA, she had a 100% conviction rate.
When you don't do anything, the message is it's okay to mess with me.
She's an advocate.
I started one of the first domestic violence units in the nation.
A mentor.
The most important thing that you can learn here tonight is that you must believe in yourself.
A judge.
Where do you get off making a decision a child should not see the father?
Justice with conviction. Judge Janine Pirro.
At this point, I didn't have no choice. He done pushed my head into the door frame. He's hitting on me, trying to tell me to get out of his house. Picked up an ashtray off his table, and I hit him with it. At this point, his roommate comes in.
You hit him with an ashtray?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Defendant Terrell Harris is countersuing his former friend for emotional distress because he claims the plaintiff hit him in the head with an ashtray when he told her the car she tried to sell him was a lemon and he did not want it.
You are suing him for the value of the car and emotional distress.
Yes.
Why?
Because he stole the car, Your Honor.
How do you know he stole the car?
I had the text messages where he threatened if I didn't give him the money, he was gonna come and get it. He had the key.
How long after you gave him the TV back and you drove him back to his apartment did the car disappear?
That happened on the 16th. The car came up missing on the 24th.
The car disappears a week later. You call the police and you say, my car is stolen, right? Mm-hmm. Do they issue any kind of report?
No, Your Honor, at the time.
Why not?
Because the title to the car is being held collateral for the white car that I purchased, the Lumina.
And that's another reason why I gave the car
Your
back
Honor,
to you.
he was aware of this.
She couldn't give me a title.
He was aware of it. He wasn't going to get the title till he paid me the money, and he knew that, Your Honor, and we agreed.
How can you give him title
That's
or
right.
sell him a car when your own title is encumbered?
I do have the title. It just wasn't in my possession, Your Honor.
You say the value of the car, Frida, is $1,300, but you sold it for $800. Where do you get $1,300 from?
Well, Your Honor, I say $1,300 because he stole it back from me. I didn't have a chance to sell it to anybody else. I could have sold it to somebody else for more money.
That's 2 sales. All right, okay. Anything you want to say in closing?
She's calling my son's mother, harassing my son's mother, asking questions about me. My son's mother's like, well, Terrell, what's up with this girl? I'm not gonna let you have your son because I don't want my son over there.
Maybe you shouldn't be fooling around with other women if you don't want the stress that goes along with it.
You're right. But when I met her, I didn't think she was crazy.
What's curious about this whole thing is that the car now is nowhere to be found. So I don't know if the defendant should be responsible for the rest of the money you want for the car, since you already have $300, except that the plaintiff has presented to the court a copy of a text message that was sent from you to her on December 16th. You say, give me $200 and you can have your key. I don't want it. And then you say to her, I didn't plan on holding this key forever. And then you say to her, the money or the car, your choice. And then you say, have my money or the car is gone. Guess what? The car is gone.
She probably made that up.
Look, I believe that you took the car. I believe that you threatened her. Therefore, what we've got here is an issue of how much you owe her for the car. Now, you sold him the car for $800, Frida. He gave you $300. Therefore, you are entitled to $500. You can't bump up the price of the car because you think you might win it. The sale is a sale. Now, you want total for the car for $300, which I would give you, except I think you took the car back and did something with it. You sold it, you got rid of it, you drove it into the river, I don't know. With respect to the issue of the intentional infliction of emotional distress, the two of you ought to learn that if you're not ready, willing, and able to be involved in a relationship, whether you call it friends with benefits or any other kind of relationship, that if you're not ready, don't do it. The emotional distress that you each say you suffered as a result of the other's behavior is your fault, pure and simple. Verdict for the plaintiff, $500. So ordered.